Greetings and welcome to this, your midweek recharge. This is Pastor Jay here with you once again. If you've been watching this series here lately, you notice we're dealing with prayer. We're kind of on a prayer situation here. We're kind of bringing you a little, how do I say this, a series about prayer. And so if you enjoy this series on prayer, on this recharge, please give us a thumbs up. Also, be sure to share it with someone that wants to know more about prayer. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. We would appreciate it. Let's jump into this. Okay, so we're looking at 1 Thessalonians 5:17 today. 1 Thessalonians 5:17. It's a very simplistic verse. It's basically just 3 words. But there is so much in this little verse that you could preach for hours on it. It's simply this: pray without ceasing. Now, I know when people read that verse, they first off think, how in the world could you possibly pray 24 hours a day? Well, that's not what it actually means. It means to never end your communication with God. Leave it open all day long. Just continually pray with God. Just continually talk to God throughout the day. Every so often just say, well, Lord, this is what's going on. Lord, well, what a blessing that was. Just continually keep your prayer life open with God. It's a good way to do it. And see, sometimes we think prayer has to be this long, drawn out thing that you have to pray for like hours on end, or God doesn't hear you. That's not true. God hears the faintest little cry that comes from your heart. It doesn't have to be this major, humongous thing. It can just be just a little thing that just, Lord, I need a blessing right now. Lord, help me as I go out. Protect me. Father God, just be with me right now. Father, I'm having physical problems. Can you touch me? Can you touch me? I have a friend that's going through a problem. Father, touch them. There's things that's what prayer is. Prayer doesn't have to be this major, huge thing. It can just be a one-word prayer or one-sentence prayer, if you will. And I wanted to just share with you some really interesting one-sentence prayers, if you will. What about this? Lord, fill my soul with your peace. I like that. Because so often we are just filled with turmoil that we just need peace. And that little simple prayer, Lord, fill my soul with your peace. Wow, that's filled with great stuff there. What about this one? Teach me to listen to your voice today. And that's something that we don't do. So often people say, I never heard the voice of God. God never speaks to me. Maybe the reason we don't hear God's voice is because we're not listening. For us to listen, for us to hear, we've got to listen more. I usually don't talk about this, but there's a Judge show, Judge Judith Scheinland, right? Judge Judy often says this. She says, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for one reason, and that's that you listen more than you talk. And I think that's what we do. We need to do more often is just be still, just be quiet and listen. And if we listen, I think we'd hear God more than what we do. What about this? Why so downcast, my soul? I love that. That is cool. Because we are filled with turmoil in this generation. Everybody's got troubles. But that simple word there reminds us that God's in control. Put all your trials, all your tribulations, put them on God and say, Lord, help me through this. And He will. What about this? Make me a blessing to everyone here. See, so often what we want to do is we want to be blessed. I want to be blessed. I want to be blessed. I want to be blessed. But sometimes where we get blessed is to bless someone else. And I think that's something we need to think about sometimes, is we need to think about the fact that we need to bless someone else once in a while. And if we bless someone else, we're going to find ourselves blessed in turn. These are just ways that we can bless other people. If we bless somebody else, we'll be blessed. We will see the blessing of God. Simple kind words, simple kind actions, little thoughts and of just, I want to bless someone. We will find ourselves being blessed when we bless someone else. This is pretty cool. We're going to continue this the next week, so you're going to want to join in next week for this. We're going to continue this, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So don't miss it. If you do enjoy the recharge, please give us a thumbs up. Let us know. We would appreciate it. Also, be sure to share this video with someone that needs the blessing of prayer in their life and a prayer devotional. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. We would appreciate it. Until we're with you next time, this is Pastor Jay wishing you a blessed day. We'll see you next week for the next recharge. Have a blessed day. Bye.